I watched a talk by this guy, Joseph Thacker. He's a hacker, and his last name is Thacker. And
Thacker the hacker.
Thacker the
but
hacker.
he goes by the moniker Rez Zero, and he had this TEDx talk in Kentucky on AI hack bots because
Mm,
now they have hack bots that can do better on bug bounties than people actually do.
yeah.
They found 0 days in like Google and PayPal and stuff like that
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
that bug bounties have been around for years for those and nobody found them. So he did something in there. He said that, AI is great, but at the same time, like what you're saying there with the calculator, it completely destroys your ability to do any reasoning. So he's like,
Yeah.
in order to best implement it in your life, you have to kind of now separate it in two ways. You have to say, okay, what's the best I can do with it? And then what's the best I can do without it? And you have to focus on both of those areas
Mm,
simultaneously.
Well, that's what I was saying actually. I
Exactly.
think that was before we even got, well, I don't even know if it was when we were on live or not, but like my use of cursor has very much changed
yeah.
over time now to where I use it for small things and very specific things because I'm still controlling the overall architecture, the overall
Yeah.
decision making. And of course, when there's times where I get stuck or I'm not sure which route to go, it's great because I
Yeah.
can get options and I can get clear options about maybe what's the best way to approach this, but it's not doing everything for me. And I think that is the danger of letting it take over too much because then you're just a person prompting and that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
all you're
no,
doing.
exactly. You using it
Yeah.
in like a very tailored to very specific scenarios that Stack Overflow can't, provide you, I
Yeah.
think is good, but you have to see the other side of the coin where you have to say, okay, why? Why did this work? Why did it
Right.
decide to
Yeah.
do this? How does this work? Right?
Yeah. One of the things that I've been asking a lot of people, because after React Miami, my goal was to just go to as many networking events as possible, and I want to talk a little bit about the one that just happened this week that you actually talked at, which was amazing, by the way. But one of the things that I've been doing is asking people this question about how are they using AI, and a lot of people who are working for companies that I've talked to, they use cursor in their own time, but their companies don't let them. And I think that's a common, maybe that'll change over time, but for now a lot of companies are a little bit like skittish or scared about
Well, I've
using
heard
cursor,
if
right?
you look at
Because you're
Cursor's thing,
exposing your code base.
they have 14,000 companies now using it.
Yeah,
Cursor. So I mean that's not a lot if
it's
you think
not that
about it.
much in
And
the
it
grand scheme of
probably is
things.
smaller companies would be my guess because it
Yeah.
it probably makes their developers a lot more powerful, right? But yeah.
Yeah,
There was
so
some big company that I just heard about that was saying that if they're not using Cursor, then
is
they're going to get left
Shopify.
behind.
Shopify
Yeah.
It could have
maybe.
been, yeah, that must have been it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shopify, I think so.
yeah.
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 Yeah. So, like, I've heard a lot of people say that they can use GitHub Copilot at work, but not things like Cursor or Windsurf or Bolt or anything like that. So, you do still need to have these skills, right? Because even if you are amazing vibe coder, you're not going to be able to do that in a job.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
and so I wanted to sort of transition because this week you I know, Randall. I see you. I said the word transition. I get it. So this week you did a meetup for Syntax Summit, and you talked about using AI agents for persona engineering. And I was thinking about this, and that was, by the way, like awesome presentation. But I was thinking about this for people who are new into software development and want to get their like name out there. One of the things that you kind of need to do is build a brand for yourself as a developer, at least online, right? So people know you exist, because you can be the best developer in the world, but if you're not putting yourself out there, nobody will ever know that, and your chances of getting hired are much less. So this week you talked about how you're using AI agents, like in this case, we use Claude, but you can do this with pretty much anything, ChatGPT, to basically engineer content around what you're doing while at the same time integrating these like strategies for different platforms. So you were talking about LinkedIn, and maybe you can share a little bit about like what you did on LinkedIn and the kind of results you got, and basically
Sure.
how people can go. You don't have to go too technical into it, but like what persona engineering means and how you're using these AI agents to basically do the heavy lifting for you so that you can focus on coding but still create amazing content that people engage with.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think so, you know, all of us in this kind of field, we're some sort of an introvert, right? You know, in the sense of like we just like our laptop, or you can call it your girlfriend, whatever you want to do. You know, that's up to you.
Her name's Sheila.
Right, exactly. But it is so important. That's kind of that other side of the coin that I was talking about earlier, where you have to go and you have to network. You have to find a community.
Yeah.